the show for today. The guest is Mr. Robert Pickard, and he is a professor at Tennessee State University, and the topic is Congressman Richard Fulton from 1962 to 1972. And of course, Professor Pickard, let's see if we can pick up with Congressman Fulton, and why don't you give us a little background information in reference to him, how he became a congressman and that kind of information.
Okay. Congressman Fulton was a local boy. He grew up here off Gallatin Road there in East Nashville. And he was a popular kid, classic popular kid. He was president of his senior class in high school at East High School. He was on the football team, very good football player. And this was a time when football, local sports like that, high school sports, was very important. There was no professional sports at the time. And very handsome young man, always, still today, a very handsome man, blessed with good looks. He was very close to his brother, Lyle Fulton, for whom the bridge over here is named, and for whom his son is named. And he and Lyle delivered papers in East Nashville there, and they also worked with George Barrett, who would play an important part in Fulton's career and in the history of Nashville. And after he graduated in 1945, just a few months before the Japanese surrender, and he enlisted in the Navy. On December of that year, he married his high school sweetheart, Jewel Simpson. After a year in the Navy, he was discharged honorably. He turned down a GI Bill to go to take a football scholarship to UT. He did not graduate. He spent a year there and decided to come home. He had a child and probably another one on the way by the time he had 5 children. And he came back and went into business with his brother Lyle. They had, I think, more than one store, maybe 2, 3 stores in East Nashville. One at first, variety store, you know, kind of like, you know, the dollar store or something like that, like we'd have today. And he was also a realtor. And his brother was asked by Governor Frank Clement in 1954 to run for the state senate. Now, at that time, the state senators and state representatives were elected at large in Davidson County. This was before the Baker versus Carr decision. And also, the legislature was really under the thumb of the governor. The governor told them what to do, pretty much. Governor Clement asked Lyle to run. Lyle was 31 years old at the time. He ran. He won the Democratic nomination, which, of course, meant that he would be elected in this county. And, but then, unfortunately, he died of cancer. Very tragic, and very tragic for Nashville. John Sigenthaler, whom I interviewed for this and some other research, and who's been to my, as you know, has been to my class several times, told me that, or he described Lyle as Lincoln-esque. So he might have been a great figure. In any case, Governor Clement asked Mr. Fulton to run, and the county court would decide who would fill that seat. And